This is going to be a big thing for all of you record label owners, publishers, independent artists especially. TikTok has just fired shots at the entire music streaming arena. All players involved have just got the warning shots and literally they just pulled out all the stops for this. You got to check it out on today's video because TikTok, I believe, will take over the music streaming platforms, or at least it'll take over the music streaming world. All right, my name is Casey Graham. This is the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. Let's hop right in. So at the top of the year, I noticed some changes happening with TikTok, right? If you're on the app, you notice that prior to the top of this year, there wasn't a way for you to, the artist, to display the music on the actual page. Like it was something that popped up, and then to the left of your main feed on like your page, the music would be right next to it. Now this music is set up in snippets right now. This is the beginning of something. And I didn't quite see it then because I know that on TikTok you can't save the music like to a playlist or something. I'm like, that'd be really cool, but at least you can save the music if you want to use it in a post later. Cool. This is really good because if you see the music on the page, what this does is it allows more fans to listen to that music, or at least that snippet, find the song that they've been loving, listening to, and they can check out more music from the artist. Great. Now we got to fast forward to the shots. So I'm surfing the net, old school phrase, like I'm surfing the net and I come across this article from Verge, okay? And it says, a TikTok music app could challenge Spotify and Apple. It was very interesting, so I figured I would dig in, but right below that, in the subtitle, it states that ByteDance filed for a TikTok music trademark in May. Now, these aren't just warning shots at all. Like, this is like the entire firing squad just declaring war on everybody. If you have all this discoverability with TikTok and it's separate of Instagram, and you start to add music to people's pages, then the only other step you have left is to actually create some type of, I'll hold that for a second. We gotta rewind a little bit. ByteDance is the company that owns TikTok, and earlier this year they released a distribution platform called SoundOn. SoundOn was originally in place to get all your music to all of the streaming services, but mainly it was for getting your music into the TikTok stream quickly. Now, if you all remember, I put a video out on TuneCore explaining how TuneCore would pay 10 times more than DistroKid in 2022 or 2021, one of the two. But I put that video out because TuneCore is trying to beat TikTok to the punch when it comes to uploading music into TikTok's very own system. Just a little bit before the announcement of SoundOn was a lower tiered announcement called Resso. Right? And amongst the countries that were using this were places like Indonesia and India, and I forgot who the other one was, but Resso was a music streaming service, or is a music streaming service in play currently today, right now, that is owned by ByteDance, and it's only being tested in a few smaller markets. Now, if we come back up to right now where we just talked about the shots, this patent or this trademark that was filed by TikTok called TikTok Music is, when you know it, a streaming platform for the Americas. So now what does this do? This changes the entire discoverability landscape, meaning that if you're a creator making content on TikTok and you put it out and you distribute the music as well, the TikTok's internal content ID system picks up the music, and then you can then save that music into a playlist within the app, or if you have the TikTok music streaming service, right into a playlist, and you can stay within the ByteDance system. That way you can discover your music not through playlists, but through content. When we had Spotify, the way to discover music was, we were still doing word of mouth at this time, right? Playlists were coming into play, and people had to say, hey, like, that's a dope song, I'm gonna go add it to mine. Or they might have started listening to other people's playlists and putting it into theirs. Now, the same thing can happen here, but as we're listening to playlists for music, the difference is we can watch content now for music, and then people can recommend that music, because that is what the streaming service Resso was for. It was a social media music platform. This is something that Apple Music tried a long time ago. This is something that Spotify has still been trying to get down, but they're just not social media networks. So with all this being said, you can clearly see that TikTok may be a huge force to reckon with in the music streaming arena, and it may just push Spotify and Apple Music to the side. Now you might say, well, man, that's going to be really cool. But there's something in the midst. There's something in the fog. And I believe it may be another competitor. And the only other company that can compete with someone like TikTok, with something like this, would be Google. How? With YouTube Shorts and YouTube Music. Because they're the only other company that has capability to be able to do something like this. So I want you to keep this on your radar as you're creating your music, as you're creating your content. I'm letting you know that this is coming down the pipeline. And anytime the company files for a trademark, especially with this many classes in it, you know something big is coming down the pipeline. Anyway, my name is Casey Graham. Download the free stuff below. Visit musicmoneymakeover.com. Book a call with me there. Download the 60-day record label below. And I'll see you next time. Peace.